What's going on, guys? Broken Prophet here. And listen, I noticed, or I realized, I was having so much fun with the AI friendly trolling of the spiritual community videos that I haven't put out an instructional one in a while. So I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and fix that now. And one of the things that's been going around now, which should constantly be going around the spiritual community, especially as it relates to hoodoo, because I can't really speak to anything else other than Paulo, but the hoodoo community, this should constantly be a thing, and it is establishing an ancestor altar. Now, like most things in the community, I see people really overthinking it. Now, that does not mean that it's not important. It is the backbone of everything that we do. But I think sometimes we get, and you guys have heard me say this a lot, analysis paralysis, where we are constantly overthinking it and trying to add too many steps that it stops us from putting one up in the first place. So I said, let's get started now with how to construct a hoodoo ancestor altar. Okay, when it comes to a hoodoo ancestor altar, there are really only two necessities and one possible, like we playing spades, right? Two and a possible. And the two necessities, things that are non-negotiable, you have got to have. One, a white candle. Got to have a white candle. Now, again, a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. So if you're unable to get a white candle, you can use another color. Just make sure you switch it out for a white one as soon as you're able to. Okay, that's necessity number one. Necessity number two is a container of water. And I've got this one because I was about to go wash it out. And I said, oh, well, we'll use this as an example, right? Something to hold the water. Now, if you don't have to have the pimp, the Little John pimp glass. You could use a red Solo cup, family. It would be fine. I promise you it would. A lot of times we look at social media and they've got these big grandiose altars, which are a little bit weird considering where the ancestors came from, right? But when you think about where they came from, you will see they were not using crystal chalices or gold and diamond studded cups. They used whatever they had. And a lot of times it would be a coffee cup. Okay, so those are the two things. A white candle and a glass of water. Well, why are they important? Okay, the white candle lights the way for the ancestors to find their way to you. A lot of times, in different African traditional religions, we'll say that the spiritual realm can be dark or hazy, especially for the elevated ancestors. So you want to light a way for them to get to you. Kind of like a beacon for them to hone in on. Secondly, the glass of water, which is very important, facilitates the transfer between this side and the next. That's what it does. They're not drinking the water. I hear some of y'all talking about my ancestors only get the finest of spring water. The kind of water doesn't matter. Some of y'all who say you only put bottled water on your altar, do you realize that people used to drink out of garden hoses? We used to drink hose water growing up. Absolutely. And guess who taught us that? Guess who held the hose for us to drink out of? So yeah, they weren't drinking bottled water, and they're not drinking it anyway. All it does is facilitate the transfer from this side and the next. That is it. We are conceived with water. We spend 9 months in water, and we are heralded into this world through a gush of water. Water is the universal conduit, and that is what facilitates the transfer of spirit from one side to the next. So that's why you need the water, okay? Now, the one thing I said is a possible is a picture of your ancestors, someone that you knew in life. That is very important. Don't just go grabbing a picture because it looks old and y'all think this has to be spooky. Find someone that you knew in life and that liked you. That's very helpful. And then you put their picture up there, okay? And if you do not, let's say if you were adopted or something like that, you don't have access to pictures, don't worry. You can write down a list of names if you know them. And if you don't, just go there with a pad and see what names come to you later on. It will happen. Okay. So with that being said, remember, all you need is a white candle, a glass of water, and a picture. Let me show you how to set it up. Okay. So here's the setup here. Now, you see I've got the Bible. You want to have, if you're going to put a Bible there, you want to have it open to either the 23rd Psalm or Isaiah 55:11. The white candle and the glass of water, you always want to have them at the rear of the altar, or normally the part that's going to be closest to the wall. That's very important. And the reason for that is spirits normally enter from that direction. Okay, so you want the beacon to light the way there, and you want the water to facilitate the transfer that way. And you know, that is just something that we understand in African traditional religions, because a lot of times when you go to, say, a spiritual encounter and someone gets mounted, the spirit normally enters through the rear, and you want the picture or the emblem of you know, something that they liked right there to help kind of lock them in and hone in on who they are and where they are. Okay, so that's the way I've always done it. It's very simple. Do not listen to people say you want to put Kananga water or this, that, and the third. Only put things up there that they liked in life. Okay, what if they couldn't stand Kananga water? You don't put it up there. What if they couldn't stand grits and then someone said put grits up there? It's just dumb. Only put things up there that you know they liked in life. Okay, so very simple. And this is just one of those little television tables from Walmart. Guess what? Your ancestor altar does not have to be in a permanent place. It can be somewhere that you put up, you commune with them, and then you take it down. You can have all these things in a shoebox and put them in a shoebox. When you go to take your shower, like say you have a bunch of roommates or you still live at home and you know you want to keep your practice, you know, private, which you should, then you can put all these things in a shoebox, go in there, take it out, commune with your ancestors, put it back in the shoebox, and come back and no one knows what you're doing. Okay, now I know I kind of stammered a little bit. If you have any questions, comment down below. And if you want to see how to work with an ancestor altar, then y'all better run this video up. But if you don't want to run it up, go to my site. I've got 2 videos up: Ancestor Altar 1 and Advanced Ancestor Altars. All right, y'all have a good one. Prophet out.